guys, welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you all. My name is Rita Siao. I am an educator, public speaker, and the author of You Are Unstoppable. I also run a non-profit called Feminist Africa, which is focused on women empowerment. We support women through scholarships, micro business, skills training, and so many other projects that matters to them. We do all we can to help them live their dreams. If you want to partner my non-profit organization, do not hesitate to send me an email. Look in the description and you'll find my email. Let's see what we can do together to empower and better the lives of women and girls out there. If you are on this channel, it means that you are interested in personal development, relationship, marriage, online dating, and so many other content that would add value to your life. Before I continue, I want to encourage you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do that right now. Click on that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that anytime a new video is up, you will be the first person to receive an alert. If you have watched the recent interview I've had with Miss Alexandra, which I shared on online dating, which I've shared over here, you can check that out if you've not watched it. From that video, I realized that there are some things that we need to have if you are dating online. This is because when you are dating online, there is a tendency where you are going to meet someone who is not in your country, someone who is in a different country. For that matter, you may have to travel. You may get to the point where you would have to apply for a visa. And before you get a visa, you need a lot of things to be in place. That's why in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things to have at hand as you start your online dating journey. These are very important things. We should have this even if you're not dating online. You don't have to, just start dating online to have these things. These are very important things that every single one of us, be a woman or a man, you should have. So if you're a young man or a young woman dating online, I encourage you to make sure that you have all those 5 things working and active so that you don't get stranded when you finally meet the love of your life and it's time for you to meet in person. The first thing you should have is a social media page. If you have a social media page like Facebook, Instagram, or anything of that sort, it would encourage whoever you've met online to go there, read about you, check through your profile to get to know you a little more. This encourages the person to ask you questions to get to know you a little better. It also helps the person to see that you are real and not fake, and you are not someone who has just picked other people's pictures and pretending to be them. Social media really helps a lot because it doesn't only allow the person you've met online to come and check you out. Sometimes you may actually be looking for a job and people would want to check you out on social media platforms. One of the very important social media profiles you should have is LinkedIn. LinkedIn helps you a lot. It helps you connect with other people who works in the same field as you, and you're able to learn from them and share ideas. Make sure you have a social media page. Second thing I encourage you to have is an active bank account and a Visa card. Bank account, because if you happen to someday meet someone online and you get to the point where you need to apply for a visa, you need to show that, yes, I've got an active bank account, I have money in my bank account, I am not going to be a dependent on the person, I'm not running out of my country. Having a bank account helps make applying for a visa very easy. Having a Visa card is really good in the sense that you can actually try out online dating sites where you may have to pay a little token in order to be active there and in order to find people who are also paying and active. Through this, you are able to meet good people. You're also able to message other people that you might see online and feel, I think I want to know this person better. So having a Visa card and a bank account that is active is really important. When it's time for you to apply for a visa to go and visit that person, you're able to get a good bank statement that will help support your application for a visa. The next thing you should have is a passport. Traveling passport is very important. It doesn't just help you to be able to cross your borders to a different country, but having a passport also helps you in doing other things within your country. When we talk about online dating, once you've met someone you're interested in and someone who is interested in you, and you both have started talking about meeting in person, it means that if you are not in the same country, you would have to travel to that person's country in order to meet, or that person would have to come. And even if that person decides to visit you all the time, there will come a time that you have to travel to this person's country, get to meet his friends and families and his loved ones. So it's really prudent that you have your passport active and working so that it's easy for you to travel at any point in time that you need to do so. Not to talk about online dating alone, passport is very important, especially in this era that we are in. You may come across an opportunity, you never know. When you have your passport handy, you just grab your passport and off you go. But if you do not have a passport, you grab an opportunity which you've qualified for and whatsoever, but you are not able to travel because you do not have a passport. So my dear, I would encourage you as much as possible, make sure you have a passport. If it expires, renew it. In 2015, I applied for Mandela Washington Fellowship Program. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. But in 2016, I decided to apply again. And this time, it succeeded, I got it. So in 2017, I had to travel from Ghana to the US for the very first time. And that was my very first time flying out of my country. 5 years before 2015, I applied for my passport and then it was there. Unfortunately, it expired before I got this chance to travel. I had to renew it quickly in order to meet this opportunity that had come knocking at my doors so I could travel. So thankfully, I got it in time. Imagine that I did not have this passport. What would happen? Make sure you have a passport so that at any point in time, not just because you are dating online, but also because there could be opportunities knocking at your door that you are qualified for, but without a passport, you just end up losing that opportunity. So that's my advice for you. The fourth thing I encourage you to have is a yellow fever in case you are in Africa. Some of the countries, if you want to travel to them, you must have a yellow fever vaccination. And this vaccination lasts for 10 years. So if you do your vaccination now and you have your yellow fever card with you, it means that at any point, your passport is ready, your yellow fever is ready. The other thing you may have to do for some other countries might be tuberculosis check. When you have your yellow fever at hand, your passport at hand, it means that you have prepared for that opportunity. And anytime the opportunity comes knocking at your door, if it is that you've met someone that you want to visit, or you've met someone who has visited you and you want to visit him or her, or you've got a scholarship, you have to travel, you just grab your documents and off you go. The final and number 5 thing I encourage you to have if you are dating online or if you are a young person growing up and looking for love, I encourage you to have a trustworthy family member or friend, someone who becomes like a mentor, someone who you look up to and you can learn a lot from. The person does not necessarily have to be married, but the person must be someone that you have seen very good values, someone you can trust, someone you feel comfortable talking to, someone who is not judgmental, someone who is very objective, someone who will direct you and advise you in the right way, so that when you have this person in your life, even if you meet a man online or a woman online and you want to visit this person, that person is in the known. Even as your relationship is progressing, the person is in the known. You get to introduce this guy or this young lady to the person so that you are not just having a relationship with someone in secrecy where nobody knows. And maybe one day happens that the person wants you to visit him or her, then it becomes an issue that you've traveled out of your country to a different country where you don't know anybody without the knowledge of any of your family members or friends or anyone. Make sure you have these 5 things because it's very important. You need them. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching my content. Thanks to all of you who are returning subscribers. I love you so much and I really appreciate your support. If you are new here, do not hesitate to subscribe to this channel and also join this wonderful family as we share ideas and learn from each other to make our lives better.